So this week, I discovered something either that I didn't know about, or this is just a regional thing that isn't a thing anywhere else right now. Did you know they fucking changed mailboxes? Like how mailboxes. I know me and Todd talked about it, but like, did you know that they changed mailboxes? Either of you?
Like the blue mailbox?
Yes.
People, uh, maybe?
Like,
I mean, I don't keep up to date with mailbox stuff,
like,
other than it's very difficult for me to find a mailbox.
I mean, you would know if you had a retinal scan or not.
Yeah, I definitely haven't seen one of those.
I don't. Wait, what? I don't know what's happening.
There's not retinal scans.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck Todd's talking about. No, but you go up to a mailbox and you open up the little thing and you can put mail in there. It's not like that anymore. It's like a very thin angled slot that you can slide mail into. And I found this out because we had to mail a very small package that would have fit into a normal mailbox, no problem. But when I went to the mailbox and I was like, oh, okay. And then I went to another mailbox in Salem and it was also like that. And I was like, all right, I guess I'm going to the post office later. And when I went to the post office, to check, I looked at the mailbox in front of the post office and it was also like that. So
yes, they changed them because people were throwing trash in them, and
That
because you could get your hands in the old mailboxes. So people were like stealing mail.
why the fuck would people throw trash? Like, throw.
No, I think I've seen those mailboxes.
Okay.
I don't mail enough for me to like register. I think it's just like the one mailbox in front of my office that I've noticed do that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, whatever.
Who the fuck is throwing trash in a mailbox? I mean, I guess people are shitty, but like, what the fuck? That's bizarre. So yeah, I don't know. PSA: if you need to mail something that isn't the size of a letter, you need to go to the fucking mailbox, post office.
I can't remember the last thing I needed to mail because what I mailed was from my parents, but like I have no fucking clue. It has to have been like years, like 5+ years.
No, there's no way it's been that long. I've definitely mailed something.
It's been a while. It's been years.
I am.
They started changing them.
I am so confused. Todd just said, in response to the mailbox changing, I don't order anything online, so you don't get it from the mailbox, Todd. You don't walk up to the mailbox to get your package.
Meaning if I have to return anything,
Yeah.
I've had no reason.
I don't know. Anytime I have to mail something that isn't a letter, I go to the the post office usually because I need to buy postage. But this specific package was Jen's heart monitor, so it was like a pre
postage.
Yeah, it already had postage paid for it to be returned. So
you have a mail slot and not a mailbox at your house?
I have a mailbox. I know I could have probably did it that way, but I mean,
give it to the mailman too.
Yeah, I mean, I go out of the house anyway, so I was just gonna do it on my way. There's a mailbox at the corner, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm not fucking mailing this today. Anyways, welcome everyone to the Pass Control Podcast, a show where a couple of best friends talk about the latest video games and nerd culture. Sometimes we have guests, sometimes we talk about the post office too much. Either way, we have a new episode for you each and every week. As always, I'm your host, Brenden Groom, and joining me on this lovely Sunday evening, riding you into the new fresh week, is the anime senpai himself, the one, the only, Michael Lazier. Mike, how are you doing tonight?
You can't tell if I'm hungry or not.
Did you eat dinner?
No.
All right. I mean, then you might be hungry. It's possible. Did you get cookies this weekend?
I also didn't do that. I meant to just go out and swing by, then I don't know, never got around to it.
Wow. Mike's been off his game. Also, joining us this evening is the V-Buck villain, Todd Gary.
Guys, yeah, I'm just happy to be here.
Okay. All right. That was very weird, sure. And rounding us out tonight is the Disney daddy, Mr. Dominic 40. Dom, how are you doing tonight?
I gotta say, it's a pleasure. I'm just excited to have been invited.
I almost just spit fucking water everywhere. We practicing spit takes tonight? Is that the episode? Spit takes? Awesome. All right, well, we'll fucking roll right into it. A couple of housekeeping things. I'll talk about it a little bit tonight, but if you want to hear my full thoughts and words on We Are OFK and Soul Hackers 2, both of those are up now on PassTheController.io. We also have a 30-minute gameplay video up on our YouTube channel if you want to see some of Soul Hackers 2 in action. It is mostly focused on the combat, so you can get an idea of how the combat is in the game. Other than that, this month's episode of the PTC Movie Club is coming up next week, I believe. Next week should be the end of the month, if that's how calendars work. And August pick is Mike's pick, and it is Booksmart. So if you want to hear us talk about Booksmart, make sure you watch that movie before next week's episode drops, because we will be talking about it then. This is a soft reminder. If any of you haven't watched Booksmart yet, you have a week to watch Booksmart. And lastly, this episode of the Pass Control Podcast is, of course, sponsored by our good friends at Goodnight Fatty. If you're in the Salem, Massachusetts area on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday evening, you want yourself something sweet, something tasty, something fresh out of the oven, you can head on down 1 Washington Square and educate yourself on these tasty treats by going to their social media at Goodnight Fatty. I'm like ahead of my mental ad read of this. I'm like skipping sentences and just merging things together. Anyways, great people, great fatties, great cookies over there. You'll have a good time. And if you do head down, let them know Pass the Controller sent you. We'll just kind of get right into it tonight. Aside from the regular staples making their way into the mix, have you guys been playing anything differently other than the Fortnites and the Total Mayhems and Overwatch?
Multiverses and fucking...
No, that game's already dead. Has anyone this week played Multiverses besides Todd?
I played some today.
Okay. Dom?
I wasn't home most of the week. So.
Boom. Dom just said Multiverse is a dead game.
It was one of the best. I think it was the best-selling game of last month.
Yeah.
With a free game. Which is fucking like, all right, let's go.
What, did no games release last month?
No, nothing come out. Like, literally nothing has come out from the past. Like,
how much is it to buy the game? $40? What's like the base version of the game? $40?
I think the base is...
It was like 30 or 40.
The cheapest is...
There's like 2 options.
Yeah. Interesting. So, like, best-selling as in it just sold the most Founders Packs? Or, like...
Yeah,
that must be what it is. It's not like it generated the most money.
Yeah. I was trying to figure that out, too, but it made the most revenue for whatever that means.
Yeah, I mean, people are probably scooping up...
Oh, so then that also probably just people like Todd who's like, you know what, I'm going to fucking buy all these bazillions so I can get Super Shaggy, or what is the money called in it? Gleamium?
No, I was just going to say Gleamium. Yeah, you use it to get, like... I don't know, you can buy characters with it, but I don't really think you need to use that. You can just use it with coins, but...
Yeah.
It's got, like, certain things you can get with the Gleamium.
You're telling me that last month Multiverses had more microtransactions than Fortnite did?
I don't know.
Yes.
I'm sure it did, because I put
can
some
find the
money
article
into it.
and
I've already
send
put, like,
it.
$20 into it.
I mean, I'm not doubting you. I'm that like being the best-selling game, meaning like counting Founders Packs sold versus like it was the most revenue for which brand new game, that's not out of the, that wouldn't be unbelievable. But I feel like there was a lot of Fortnite collabs last month too, no? Was Naruto not last month?
It started this week, didn't it?
That's Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, yeah.
But didn't we get the second shipment pack in July?
I couldn't tell you. Maybe.
Huh. Because I had to imagine that these anime collaborations are doing fucking bonker town for Fortnite.
Yeah, it says Founder Pass drove sales, basically, is what it says.
Okay, yeah.
It just says top 10 selling video games, and this is for July. And it was Multiverses was 1, Elden Ring was 2, Lego Star Wars was 3.
I'm not gonna lie, to see Elden Ring up on that list this late into the game, that's
insane.
That is kind of ridiculous for what that game is, for the fact that it came out in like February, right? It came out in fucking February, didn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, so like that's a good 5-6 months for a single player game that is not it's not like that is a difficult game that doesn't appeal to everybody.
That's like just bringing in that. It's clearly bringing in so many more people, and it's insane because like Souls games are so off-putting to a lot of people.
Yeah.
That this game is doing what it's doing is like kind of like wild.
Yeah, I mean it drove a lot of like awareness outside of gaming, like I saw articles and like stuff like non-traditional gaming websites covering Elden Ring throughout points of the year. Whether it was the fact that they could latch onto it with George R. Martin or whatever it may be. There were definitely like non-traditional gaming outlets covering Elden Ring. So I feel like anytime something like that breaks out of the kind of the gaming echo chamber, it's due for something. But I mean, I don't know. I think that is impressive for it to be number 2 sales for July for the type of game that it is. But anyways, I know Todd has been playing some stuff. What do you got going on, Todd?
I got what's the golf game?
Curse to Golf.
Curse to Golf, yeah. I just started playing that.
How are you feeling about that?
I love it. It's like a kind of a relaxing, shut my brain off kind of
yeah.
game. Even though like you kind of have to, figure out some stuff in it, but
yeah,
it's definitely like a very relaxing to play game.
Yeah, that's when it came out this week, I was like, that's why I made sure to tell you on Friday. I was like, this is absolutely a fucking Todd game. This is because it's got the roguelike elements where it's like you're restarting and like building up certain things, whatever. It's a good puzzle game. Like it's a good little golf puzzle game. Like I enjoy the gameplay loop so far.
I remember you saying it was a roguelike, but it didn't click with me when you said it. And then when I started playing it, I'm like, oh, okay. So like when I'm starting over, this isn't even bad, Like,
yeah, exactly. So I've only put in like an hour or two so far, but I'm looking forward to diving a little bit more into that because I think that could end up being a sleeper hit for me this year.
Yeah, no. Once everything starts clicking, like once you get everything out of the tutorial and you start like realizing how you can use it, it changes everything in that game too. Right?
Yeah, it's got good music too. Like it's a good. It's a good little package so far. I'm enjoying it.
Between that, what's it called? Cult of Lamb. There's been some way better indies than fucking.
I mean,
mainstream games.
Vampire Survivors was this year too. That game's fucking fantastic. I don't think it's on anything but PC yet. Mike, you should download Vampire Survivors because that shit is fucking good.
I might have already done that. I forget.
Okay, perfect. I mean,
I know I downloaded, for instance, Discroom, and I played it once and then stopped.
Discroom's great.
I download Vampire.
I feel like Discroom is up your alley, Mike. It's like
try
top down fucking Meat Boy.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I played it and then I just forgot about it.
Yeah, you can get through it pretty quick. Like if you just want to like get to the credits. There's a lot more there if you want to unlock all the secrets and play through the second half of the game that is much more difficult. That's a good game. But yeah, Vampire Survivors, if you're listening, is only like $3. So if you don't, I mean, if you have Game Pass, it's also included in Game Pass PC. But I mean, if not, it's like $3. So you should absolutely check that game out. I think it also just got an update this week with more stuff being added. So I should check it out this week because I haven't played it in a little while. But as I said at the top of the show, I played through 2 games this past week, which have kind of occupied a lot of my gaming time because Soul Hackers 2, was a lengthy game that I needed to dedicate time both to play and then to write about. And now that the review embargo is lifted, I can kind of talk a little bit more freely, except for really story spoilers. We will be doing closer to launch. Launch is next week. I think it comes on the 26th. So we will be doing shortly after launch a spoiler episode on that game. So we'll talk kind of a little more openly about everything going on there. I already have a couple of guests lined up for that. So I will, as soon as we have the date and everything secured, I will share that on social media. So if you're looking forward to some deeper thoughts on Soul Hackers, you can tune into that. But I mean, overall, I liked it a lot. It definitely is not like a genre-defining RPG. Like, and I said this in my review, it's like we've been spoiled the last few years getting games like Persona 5, Persona 5 Royal, Yakuza Like a Dragon, Undertale, Dragon Quest 11. I mean, you can make the argument Final Fantasy 7 Remake, even though I think that's a little bit more of an action RPG.
I was waiting for Octopath.
I mean, Octopath is up there. I mean, just in general, like the velocity of RPGs coming out lately. I mean, we had Live Alive this year, and and then that's just turn based stuff. I mean, there's plenty of stuff if you want to get into action RPG or tactical. This year actually is like heavy tactical RPG. We got Project Triangle Strategy earlier this year. We got the Diofield Chronicles coming out this year. Tactics Ogre Reborn. Cam in the chat says Octopath up there though. I haven't finished Octopath. Todd loves Octopath, but I do know some people that say like Octopath is like one of their favorite games. Like
it's like my favorite soundtrack in any game.
Yeah.
Ever. I think it could be number one for me. That soundtrack is so good.
Yeah, I definitely need to get back out there and restart that game and just play through it.
It's not even so much that the story's like really anything special. I just like the overall music, the look, and the combat. And it gets a little grindy, but still, I enjoy it. It's like old school.
Yeah. I think you would fucking love Live Live. You need to play that game. I think you would actually really like it. But yeah, I mean, back to Soul Hackers, like is definitely something that I think if you haven't played an Atlas RPG, or if you want to try to like, dip your toes into more modern JRPGs, I think it's a good place to start, because I think it took me maybe like 40-ish hours to finish, maybe 50, but I mean that I don't know how accurate that timer is, because I spent time like doing certain things and taking notes and writing about the game while I'm playing it, so my time might be a little skewed, but you could definitely get to that game probably low end, maybe 35 if you're really streamlined on what you're doing. But the game has a lot of stuff going on, but it also has like it's just a little bit more tight than like a Persona 5 Royal, where Persona 5 Royal has so many things going on. If you want to do the confidant stuff, for every character, even half the characters, that eats up so much time, where in this game you still have that same sort of thing. It's like you need to increase your party's like soul level so that you can hack their soul deeper, but it's not the same type of thing, whereas like Persona 5, you're like going on dates and like triggering cutscenes and like all these things that are taking up a lot of space, whereas in Soul Hackers it's not really that. I mean, there are cutscenes and there's dialogue, but it's not as, it's just a little bit more neat, a little bit more tied together in that regard. I think that one of the things, especially with Persona 5 Royal, which I love Persona 5 Royal, it's one of my favorite games of all time. I would highly recommend that to anybody that wants to play an RPG. I think it's incredible. Like, it's not perfect, nothing's perfect, but it is a very good game. That game can be overwhelming. There's a lot going on in that game, and it is long. How long did it take you to finish Persona, Mike? I know you've cleared it faster than I did.
The first time, 100 something hours, maybe 110, 120.
Yeah. But you finished Royal faster, right?
Yeah, I finished because I skipped everything.
Yeah, because you knew you had played through
I
a portion of that game, yeah.
I fast forward through things, and I use the DLC Persona to just kind of speed run.
Yeah. So like,
I can't wait for Persona now to come that Game Pass.
You should absolutely give it a second shot.
Yeah,
you should.
I kind of want to dive into what's it called, Golden first, or does it come out at the same time?
No, 5 comes out first. But 3 and 4 are coming out at a later date. I don't think they've announced those dates. But like Persona 5 can be a lot. It can be a lot to take in. It's obviously a much longer game. There's a lot more things happening. Where this again is half the time, if not even less. It does a lot of similar things. Like, I actually really liked the gameplay loop of basically you are doing dungeon-like areas in the overworld, and then you're also doing dungeon-like areas in the soul matrix, which is like in each character's soul. And in between those two areas, you're leveling up your comp, which your comp is like your weapon that you use to summon the demons, fusing demons to get better ones. Obviously, you can also upgrade other aspects of your equipment and stuff like that. So it's just a nice loop of like, all right, I'm going to head into the soul matrix and try to get a little bit deeper, level up my characters. Then I'm going to, check out all my stats and stuff and fix my character up, fuse better demons, and then I'm going to go to the next like main world dungeon. And they all kind of work together to further the story along, because you do need to do a portion of the soul matrix to finish the game, but you don't have to finish the soul matrix to finish the game. I'm assuming there might be a true ending or different outcomes or different things you learn if you finish the soul matrix. I just didn't do that. But I actually might go back and do that, which I think speaks to the quality of the game. Is I played through it, covered it, all the stuff, and even after the fact, I still haven't uninstalled it from my Xbox because I'm kind of like, I might want to finish the Soul Matrix stuff and see the rest of these story arcs and kind of see where the rest of this game goes. I think the late game definitely got a little bit challenging for me. Some of the boss fights were definitely harder, but I also think I was maybe a little under-leveled. I don't think it was necessarily the game has a power spike. I think it was more of I was trying to finish it in a timely manner, and I was probably a little under-leveled towards the end of the game. But what I did enjoy was you could bump the game down to easy. So when I was just hard stuck pretty much at the end of the game, I bumped it down to easy so I could just get through, because I at that point understand the combat in its entirety. I just wanted to experience the rest of the story. I don't need to put on my pro gamer hat and be like, I beat this game on hard, because no, I was not doing that. Not happening. But I really enjoyed it. I liked the combat in it as well. Similarly to Persona, where Persona has like the one more if you're attacking enemies' weaknesses, and then you can do an all-out attack. If I forget, Mike, all-out attack, is that triggered by every character hitting a weakness, or is it just knocking all the enemies down?
Just knocking all the enemies.
Yeah.
Knocking all the enemies down.
So in Soul Hackers 2, the combat each turn, if you're attacking their weaknesses, has what is called a Sabbath, and at the end of each turn, if you're attacking weaknesses, depending on how much you stack up those weakness attacks, your Sabbath will be stronger. So you kind of always have a quote-unquote all-out attack. It's just functions a little bit differently and triggers a little bit differently. But understanding that gameplay mechanic in the battle system is, I think, crucial to winning fights in the game. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I think it's definitely a solid entry-level Atlas RPG, or just RPG in general, if you want to play a modern JRPG, turn-based RPG, and want something that is a formidable experience. I think this absolutely fits that bill. But I don't want to discount it, because I think that, as someone like me who's played a lot of RPGs and likes RPGs, I really enjoyed it still too. I think the characters are pretty strong. I think they start off a little... I think the story, and this is, again, because I think this game is kind of just like you hit the ground running and it just wants to get you through the game. I think at first the story is not slow. It's the characters seem kind of forced together, and it's like, all right, I don't know if I really care about some of these characters. But then, like, as you progress through it, it starts to turn up, and you're like, all right, no, I kind of care about what's going on now. It's enjoyable. But yeah, if you want to read my full thoughts, you can check that out on the website. And like I said, in the coming weeks, we'll have a spoiler cast up for that. The other game that I reviewed last week is a game called Are OFK. And this is a game that it's not that it's hard to recommend. I just don't think it's a game. I just unfortunately don't think it's a game that would be for everyone. I know I played a little bit of it privately for Mike so he could see some of it, at least the music video stuff.
Did Mike like it?
I mean, the brief snippet that you encountered, Mike, how did you feel about what was going on?
It's really tough to say, because I didn't even... From your description of it, I might have seen the quote-unquote gameplay, but even then it's like... I mean, yeah, I guess I could see myself playing it, but I wouldn't go out of my way for it.
Yeah.
I feel like the art style looks really cool.
Yeah, it definitely has good art. It definitely, like, the thing that it's a playable biopic about an indie pop band. And if you go into this wanting something with heavy gameplay or, like, creative, cool gameplay, it's just not that, unfortunately. But I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing about the game. You need to go in with that correct mindset, I think, because the story in this game is very good. Like, when I was playing this, it's broken up into 5 episodes, and if you were to buy this game right now, it's out now. You get the first 2 episodes, and every week you'll get one more episode until the 5 episodes are out. So if you buy this now, there's 2 episodes out. I've played through all 5. I won't speak about 3 through 5, but when the first episode started and I was through that episode, I'm like, all right, cool. I know that there's supposed to be a music element to this game. I'm assuming each episode must end with a music video or something. So getting through the first episode, getting a feel for the characters, enjoying what's going on, interesting story, get to the music video, and I'm like, all right, like, yes, this music's good. The gameplay elements in the music video are really not fun or anything. They're just kind of there, and I think once you play around with them a little bit, you'll just probably stop playing like I did, which is fine because nothing negative happens in the game if you don't interact with the music video portion of it. So you don't have to interact with it if it's not something you actually want to do. But the music was so good, and after I finished the first episode, I was like, okay, if I don't even like the story, like at least I can look forward to like this music at the end because the music was good. But that was like completely not what happened. I was like, no, I'm very invested in what's going on in the story, and each episode is now rewarding me with a contextual music video that is amplified by the story behind it in each episode. It's very good. It's very unique. Like if you want something that is more of a visual novel, with good music, good art, and a good story, then yes, check this out. But if you don't want that experience, then I don't know if this is something you should check out. But if that sounds like your cup of tea in any way, I absolutely.
Gameplay to it?
So basically, through the majority of the episodes, you are choosing dialogue for the most part, and I think the game is very well written and the voice acting is really good. Like, I just think it's a really good put together package. And I think the dialogue is very witty and funny at most points. So like those aspects of the game were all interesting to me, where it was like, sometimes you're choosing like dialogue windows and a lot of it is you're responding to text messages. So you're like choosing text responses and stuff. And then the only other gameplay in the game is at the end of each episode, it ends with a music video, and there are gameplay elements in the music videos. But I thought overall, the music videos were good and the music was good, but the gameplay elements that are there, they kind of just don't feel good to really play at all. But it's fine because you don't have to actually play them. You can literally just not play them and nothing changes. Were you gonna say something, Mike?
No.
Oh, so yeah, it's a unique experience. I was going into this game hoping I was gonna get like the next Sayonara Wild Hearts, and that's not what I got. But that's okay because I think this stands up as its own thing. It's just, if you need to know what you need to kind of have an idea of what to expect when you're getting into this. And I think if you're down with good story, good music, mostly a visual novel, then you're on board. If you want something that has more inspired or creative gameplay, maybe not something you'll latch onto as much. But yeah, highly recommend checking it out, at least watching some videos or something on it to kind of educate yourself on what the game is, because I think I think if it's something you're willing to try, I think you would enjoy it.
I feel like it would be a good Game Pass game for me.
It's not on Xbox, oddly enough. It's only on only on PC, Switch, and PlayStation. I don't know if it's gonna eventually come to Xbox. Maybe it will, but it's I don't know. The music's so good. There's a vinyl for pre-order right now on im8bit.com, and it's been hovering in my cart. Like, do I want to buy this fucking vinyl? Because that's the thing that's aggravating, is I've played the game, so I've listened to all the music, but they have only released the 2 singles from the first 2 episodes. So like episode 3, 4, and 5's music is not available to stream yet because it's not available to the public. So it sucks because I like the music a lot. I've listened to those for episode 1 and 2's music a lot. But yeah, I don't know. Check those out. Those are fantastic games in my opinion. I'm curious to see how well Soul Hackers 2 does, because I feel like we're in this, I don't want to say like golden era of Atlas, but we're in an era of Atlas where it's like Persona 4 was good and like people, I think that brought more people in to Persona, but like Persona 5 and Royal both like broke out of the genre, I think, and pulled in a lot more mainstream attention to the game and to JRPGs in general. And we also got SMT5 on the Switch recently. SMT3 also got ported, or an HD remaster or whatever, and now we're getting Soul Hackers 2. So it's interesting to kind of see Atlas putting out more RPGs that are getting a little bit wider releases, which each one. Like Soul Hackers is coming to Xbox, which I'm surprised by. Like it's Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. Persona 5 is coming to Switch and Xbox, and 3 and 4 are coming to Switch and Xbox. So I'm curious to see how this is going to do and see what Atlas continues to do after.
I feel like it could do well because there's still not a lot out there right now. And
yeah.
Looking for something new to play as far as people who like that genre. But
yeah.
We'll see.
I mean, we don't. I feel like we don't typically put review numbers on things. Like it's not really our fucking jam. If I had to give a number to Soul Hackers 2, it's probably a 7. Maybe I could see the argument it being an 8, higher than an 8. I don't know. You have to really explain to me why you think it's better than an 8, and that's fine if that's what you think. But I think it's like hovers around a solid 7-8 experience, which is not bad. I think that's good. So, of course, that's out of 100. So
So not that good.
Yeah, not that good. No. Before we go into the end of the episode here, though, so Dom had texted over the most recent Fortnite survey, which I think is interesting. Did everyone look through this, or only Dom and I?
I didn't look at it.
I think I opened it up. I did not. Once I saw pictures, I was like, I can't be reading this.
So the thing with these surveys is that, according to this, surveys are based on what is currently trending and don't really mean anything, but they could still appear in Fortnite at some point. So I'm just going to roll through some of the things that are listed here to see like what is. I'm going to skip over the streamer stuff actually because, okay. But then for like some of the video game stuff, Pit from Kid Icarus, T60 from Fallout, Greninja, Psycho Mantis from Metal Gear, Altair from Assassin's Creed, Advanced MK2 from Fallout, King Dedede, which is just fucking ridiculous for me. Philip Stranger from The Witcher, Bayonetta. I could see Bayonetta getting added to this game. Joker from Mass Effect, which is a very bizarre, of all the Mass Effect characters to choose, not to like poo-poo Joker, like Joker's the pilot, voiced by Seth Green, but like literally so many other characters that would, I think, make sense to be in Fortnite before Joker. The Sorrow from Metal Gear, Ezio from Assassin's Creed, Sheik from Legend of Zelda, Peely.
I could see Peely being in Fortnite.
Yeah, I could see Peely being in here. Claudette from Dead by Daylight, Connor from Assassin's Creed, Chris Redfield, who is in the game.
I could see Colombo.
Colombo, Counter-Strike, The Sims, Warped Kart Racers, Pro Evolution Soccer.
Did I see that Family Guy was confirmed, or is that another joke again? Because I swear I saw something recently that like that was one of the 4 things confirmed was Family Guy.
It's things that people keep like. I don't know. They found some sort of coding that makes it. It's not like officially confirmed by anybody, but it's expected, I guess.
Lego Star Wars Skyward Saga, Hades, Crash Bandicoot, Yakuza, Super Smash Brothers, Subway Surfers, eFootball 2022, Animal Crossing, Need for Speed, Dead by Daylight, Demon's Souls, Fall Guys, No More Heroes 3, Digimon, Knockout City. Gustavo Frame.
Digimon in Fortnite, Mike?
Gabu Terrimon? Gonna Gabu Terrimon the competition, Mike?
You can.
Who, Mike, one Digimon character that would make you spend all your V-Bucks. Who would it be?
Where Garurumon? Next question.
All right, Mike fucking firing from the hip, ready to go with that one. Gus Fring.
It didn't matter. It really didn't matter.
Give me a Walter White skin.
Stanley Hudson, of all the Office characters, like what?
Give me a Stanley.
Listen, if they add a Stanley skin and his back bling isn't fucking a Scrabble or whatever the fucking game he's playing, what? Not Scrabble, like he's playing like Sudoku or something. Is that what he's playing? Sudoku. Jafar from Aladdin.
Because I'll help you find it.
It says Woody the Cowboy, but it doesn't say Toy Story. I'm assuming that's Toy Story.
This list sounds ridiculous.
Fiona from Shrek, Han Solo, who is in the game, right?
Yeah, I think so. Isn't it?
There's a Han Solo skin, right? Oh, I'm thinking of Indiana Jones. Canderous Ordo from Star Wars. Lop from who the fuck is Lop from Star Wars?
I'm not sure. He might be.
It was the bunny from Visions.
Visions.
Who's Canderous Ordo? I don't know who that is.
He's Knights of the Old Republic.
Okay. Scar from Lion King. I don't understand how you would like that. Would have to be on the map. Like I can't imagine you would play as Scar standing up.
Imagine if you can play in like the Pride Lands and like there is a stampede of wild wildebeest that you can knock people into.
That would be pretty crazy.
I mean, there's desert areas. I could see them having a Scar on the map and like maybe you can ride Scar around. I don't know. Lego, just Lego. Beth Smith from Rick and Morty, Tarzan, SpongeBob, Pearl from Steven Universe, Apollo Creed, Goofy, Karth Onassi.
SpongeBob right now. Imagine being able to be SpongeBob in Fortnite. I'd probably never use another skin after that.
And Daryl Philbin. Again, the two Office characters that just, it's funny that those are the two that are on this list. So the way this survey works, Todd, is that it's like you're just clicking.
Oh, it's what
have you heard? No, it's. No, I have not seen or heard of them. Yes, I have seen or heard of them. So they're just trying to gauge interest in like what people know about, I guess. Probably because they want to see what people will spend money on. Like, where's the crossover? Like, oh, this person, a lot of people click on, I don't know, what's something on here that's already in Fortnite? Yeah, besides Fortnite characters. There was definitely someone on here that was already in the game.
Oh, Peely.
Yeah, Peely. Chris Redfield, who is a skin in the game already. So maybe they look at the cross section of Chris Redfield and what other things that they see. I don't fucking know. I don't expect a majority of these things to come into the game in any capacity because
I love how Beth from Rick and Morty is like one of the random people that just threw in there.
Yeah.
There's apparently another section that isn't in these pictures because the tweet also says that characters like Sonic, Crash, Bayonetta, and TV shows and characters like Tarzan, Gravity Falls, Robot Chicken, comic characters like Miles.
Yeah, we need a Miles.
Wait, Robot Chicken, could that be in Multiverses?
I hope not. It's a trash show. Just fucking keep it away. Yeah.
Bro, why do you hate Multiverses? I mean, why do you hate Robot Chicken so much? Listen, if they put a dope Robot Chicken skin in there, I'd fucking probably buy it.
I don't know. I thought it was
the nerd character they always use.
Yeah, that's. Yeah.
I'd play as Robot Chicken. Fucking not Darth. Fucking brought him back to life in the finale. The fuck is his name?
Finale of Robot Chicken?
Of Star Wars.
Palpatine?
Yeah, Emperor Palpatine. There's a good Palpatine Robot Chicken, at least one.
Yeah, it was just you took a long way to get.
I couldn't think of Palpatine's name. I said not Darth. I mean that should be easy. Slam dunk.
I feel like Robot
Sidious. Yeah, slam dunk. Not Darth Sidious.
Yeah,
slam dunk.
Nailed it. Slam dunk.
Robot Chicken tried too hard, and same with Family Guy. After a while, it just like got to a point that I was like, "This shit's not even funny anymore."
I mean, I haven't watched.
He hates Seth Green. He hates Seth MacFarlane. Probably hates Seth Rogen. I don't know.
See, he just made fun of him. I
love Seth Rogen. Don't you dare talk bad about Seth Rogen.
What if they added Seth Rogen as an announcer in Multiverses? So every time you got a kill, he just went.
Buy. Absolutely.
I mean, I would buy that too.
That's like, and I would never change it from anything else, that would be like that would stay
scream
forever.
every single time I play the game.
Absolutely, 100%.
Oh man. Well, there was multiverses news too this past week. You guys can talk about that. How excited or not excited you are for that?
You guys go first.
Oh,
I know you guys
season?
play more than I do. I'm kind of pissed because I missed the Jake pajamas skin.
So wait, is that early battle pass is just gone now? Like
Gone.
all that stuff's gone?
Yep, gone. That was like one away from it.
Yo, you didn't play enough. You're not good enough.
Apparently not.
So that with the new season, with the new battle pass, it's Black Adam and right?
They're
Black
not
Adam.
even in it yet, though. He's not even in it yet. Like,
They're-
yeah, I think Morty's the next character to get, and like, he's like the next one that's coming out.
I thought I saw a tweet though for the season that has Black Adam on the front.
No,
That
yeah,
he's not in it.
When you log into it, it's Black Adam and is it Spike or Stripe?
Stripe.
Something from Gremlins, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah. But they're not available yet. No, so they must be coming in this season. I'm assuming.
They'll be available. You know, there's a good chance they're gonna add a few characters throughout the season, but Morty's the first one that's officially coming out. In a couple days, it's coming out the 23rd.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Are any of you excited about Black Adam and or Gremlins?
I don't care about Black Adam, but I'm excited for Gremlins because Jake's got his damage is just fucking nerfed all around, so he's not. I just feel like there's other characters I can use. I mean, yeah, sorry.
Todd doesn't even know what character he uses.
Yeah, I hate that show. Yeah, he's like, I could get ring outs like in like 30 seconds. Now like the damage is reduced, and it's like across the board for him. So,
Well, it's skill based, Todd. So if they got nerfed, you should still be able to get those W's.
No,
Yeah.
I'm still getting wins, but it's not as easy.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I kind of want a new character to try, and I don't really give a shit about the rest of the characters. I was thinking of maybe going Arya because I feel like she seems kind of cool to use, but I don't know.
Hey,
We'll
that
see.
new Game of Thrones show is out today.
Today, yeah. Todd's a big House of Dragons guy. You're not gonna watch it, Todd?
I'm not in a rush to watch it. I mean, I'm sure like Dom you'll probably watch it, Dom, right?
I actually may watch that because
It's got your boy in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got your boy.
Oh yeah.
Wait, who is in it?
Boy.
Who's
The doctor.
The guy from Morbius.
Yeah.
Oh, the guy from Doctor Who?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Interesting. Did everyone watch She-Hulk or no?
I still have
did.
not.
I enjoyed it. I liked it. Did you enjoy it, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was entertaining. I liked it.
Every time I watch it and see the Hulk, I just picture that like Godfather gif of where he's like, "They massacred my boy." Oh.
Wait, did you watch the episode though?
Yeah, I watched it with Amanda the other night.
I mean, I don't want to spoil anything for Dom or for people listening, but
Yeah,
like,
we have to-
I don't think they massacre your boy.
No, they've been massacring him. There's something we can talk about once everyone sees it.
Yeah,
Like it's nothing big either. It's nothing like. It's just something that bothers me.
yeah. I'm curious to see where this show goes.
I love the lead actress who plays She-Hulk.
I do
I'm all
too.
about that.
Yeah, I think she's really good at. I mean, I've never read like She-Hulk comics, so I don't know if it's like
Yeah, I
a
don't know
good
about She-Hulk.
version
I
of
like
She-Hulk
that.
or not. But like, I'm liking what's happening in the show, and I think she's like it's entertaining to watch.
I'm very nervous though because they said they're exploring the lighter side of Daredevil, and that's fine because the show is a comedy and I get it. But like where Daredevil came from to this, it's just like, oh no.
Todd, you're getting like a 30 episode Daredevil show that's gonna be not that probably. Like probably not with the lighter side. And is he supposed to be in this show, She-Hulk?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Daredevil show will probably be a little different.
And they're
Wasn't
doing
he
the same
in
thing-
episode 1?
Daredevil, no.
Oh,
Unless I missed an after
I
credits
read a
scene.
thing that said that he was in episode 1. So
Unless he's in the background somewhere, he's not in the show.
Yeah. And then what they're cause it's like the same thing they're doing with what's his name because obviously they want to put him in what they're building up. Tim Roth's guy.
Abomination.
Abomination, yeah, same thing. He's like becoming jokey now, and like, exact opposite of where we're. I don't know. It's fine. I'm fine.
Bro, Todd, you haven't liked the MCU in 10 years. I don't even know what you. You're not the demographic anymore. Todd does not like the MCU. I need to skim through the episodes and find the time where it changes. I need to know what the turning point was where Todd's high on the MCU, and then there's just the next time we talk about the MCU, Todd's like, fuck the MCU.
Exactly when it was when I had kids and couldn't go to the movies anymore. I guarantee you that's when it was.
Okay, all right.
And like, cause I think it's around that time. I'm like, fuck, I can't see these movies when they come out. And this was like pre-pandemic, so like you all were probably going to see them, and it was right around the time of Black Panther, Ant-Man 2 when I stopped. I didn't see like those movies in the theater.
You didn't see Endgame in the theater?
No, Ant-Man.
Yeah, but but it went Black. Didn't it go Black Panther, Endgame, Ant-Man 2? Or did it? Oh, it went Black Panther, Infinity War, Endgame, and then Captain Marvel, Endgame.
No, that was all before. All that stuff was before. It was just Infinity War, Endgame, and everything else.
Infinity War, Endgame came out a year apart. There was 2 movies in between them.
Yeah, I think it was Captain Marvel and Ant-Man.
And Ant-Man.
Ant-Man
Captain
and the
Marvel
Wasp.
tied into yeah.
Wait, that came in between.
No, so it went Black Panther, Infinity War, something else.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, Captain Marvel, Endgame.
Oh, weird. I thought they were.
Oh, okay, all right. So yeah, okay. So it was Black Panther, Infinity War, Ant-Man, Marvel, Endgame. That's what it was.
Something like that.
I know for a fact.
The Wasp had the stuff that referenced the end of.
Yes,
Infinity War.
I know for a fact that Captain Marvel was it. I know that Captain Marvel and Black Panther both precluded each of the Avengers movies. Like they were both the movie before it.
Yeah, I was just trying to remember what the post-credit scene for Black Panther was, but I think it makes sense for that to be the last movie before Infinity War.
I don't remember what the post credits is for that.
It was with Bucky, wasn't it?
I think it's.
He's like he meets him in the field with the arm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and then it's Infinity War. Okay, yeah. So it goes Infinity War, then it goes Ant-Man, then it goes Captain Marvel, then it goes Endgame, and then it's Spider-Man: Homecoming.
I don't even think I ever finished Ant-Man. Is it good? The second one?
Spider-Man: Homecoming should be
The movie after Endgame.
Yeah, it should be the first. No, Far From Home.
Oh, Far From Home. Yes, sorry. Is Homecoming? Homecoming is the first one. Okay. Wait, you never finished? Did you say you never finished what movie? Oh, Ant-Man.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I mean, it's fine. I like Ant-Man though. I think Ant-Man's good.
No, I like him. I just I felt like I think I was watching it one night because I saw that movie way later, and
yeah,
it was what. Is it good? Do you guys like it?
I mean, I enjoy the Ant-Man movies. I think they're funny.
I like the first one. I think the first one was great.
I think it's a lot of the same, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. It's just it's a lot of the same. If you liked Ant-Man 1, you probably at least enjoy Ant-Man 2. Ant-Man 3 is supposed to be much darker. He was too busy John Wick. Too busy being John Wick.
Wait, who you talking? What'd you say?
Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh.
I don't think anything there is related. I'm just saying words. Anyways. So yeah, I mean that's the episode. I want to wrap things up here, unless anyone has anything else to say about Multiverse's DLC,
nope,
or Fortnite or anything else. What do you think the next big action? No, we'll save that for another episode. We don't need to do that right now.
Destiny 2.
Yeah, that's the rumor. So, as we are nearing the end of the episode here, we'll do things as we always do them, which is a little game we like to call There's a Clue in the Review.
What's that? I don't even know what that is.
That's what we're workshopping a new game to add to the mix called There's a Clue in the Review. So normally we'll end the episode on what's in the box. Sometimes we throw in other games that we're adding to the mix to see how things work out, because eventually this is all working towards creating the ultimate game show. So we're going to workshop things as they get created. So we're not playing what's in the box this week unless this review clue is bad or you guys answer it quick. I do have games next to me in case. But the leaderboard for the week for the year so far. Dom sitting pretty at 43. And though he didn't get points for these, I did keep a note that he got Sifu and got Mega Man last week when he was in the chat. Todd is at 34. Mike is at 26 with that one Tomodachi life point in parentheses. I got 3 stumps, but not playing for stumps here. And then we got a bunch of guest points. The top 2 guest points right now are Ken and Jesse at 11 and 10. So I guess we'll run down the way this is going to work. Similarly to our other games, you guess when you think you know the answer. But instead of me reading the back of the box, I have hand-selected 3 different games, and I'm going to read excerpts from their review from a major website. Might be, it could be a number of different major websites. So I'm going to read an excerpt from the game review. You need to guess what that game is. I think that's self-explanatory, right? Everyone is.
You guess what reviewer is reading the review for the game.
If you guess the person that wrote the review when you guess the game, you get an extra 5 points, Todd. Sure. No one's gonna guess the name of the person that wrote the review, unless I start pulling like people we know who did reviews, which I could do that, but I'm not gonna do that right now. At least not tonight. So, without further ado, the first game. I lost my fucking place in this review. Damn it. Where's the paragraph I wanted to read? All right, we'll just scroll to this part then. Okay. Mastering blank's many systems is worth every second of investment. Whether you go it alone or queue up with a squad, even if you're the first to die or you actually manage to earn the blank's zany style and unique blend of blank and blank almost never offers anything less than an outstanding time. It may not be the first blank, and it certainly won't be the last, but blank sets itself apart from the crowd by giving you the freedom and tools to express your own personal playstyle.
Fortnite.
Mike gets the point.
Yeah, I was debating if it was Fortnite or Overwatch, honestly.
Was that too easy?
You said something about blank. I was like, that must be Victory Royale, and I was just sitting on that until you finished your paragraph.
You could have interrupted. Mike gets the first point.
I was like, let me just see
Mike, who wrote it? Who wrote the review?
Who wrote the review? Obviously, Brenden Groom.
Fucking nailed it. All right. Game number 2. There is a reason we can all remember so much from games that are almost 30 years old. And blank has tapped into that reason in a profound way. We don't love the brands of our youth. We love the characters, the settings, the way actually playing those games made us feel. Blank doesn't settle for acknowledging those aspects. It includes them it includes them around every single corner. Blank is so much more than a love letter to the genre. It is in fact the kind of game people write love letters about.
Shovel Knight.
It is indeed Shovel Knight. Dom gets the point.
It was written by Barry Badnath.
We should have him to our team. I was trying to think, like, I got stuck on the Messenger. I was like, no. What's the other game that were like clearly homages?
We're all just trying to. Yeah.
I just figured it was either Shovel Knight or Cuphead, and Cuphead isn't 2 words. So.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right, fair. Game number 3. There are plenty of games which are celebrated for their gameplay, but lack anything in way of story or character. Blank is a different type of proposition. The gameplay is simple yet satisfying, but it's entirely in the service of a strongly authored narrative. Players aren't at the liberty to roam, to explore, or to shake things up. Some might find this too controlling, but in return for your freedom, you're rewarded with a mature genre piece, which is also a finely realized character study. Action games continue to inch the dial towards 11, sometimes at the expense of their narrative integrity. Blank, 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 however, has the conviction to rein in the action, imbue it with purpose. The spectacle still sparkles, but it also makes sense.
Max Payne 3.
Mike gets the point.
Oh shit! I was gonna say Balance Wonderworld.
I wasn't gonna even say anything because you lose me in this game. I feel like it goes on for too long, and I lose focus of what I'm saying. Like supposed to.
Wow, I can't believe Todd didn't get Max Payne 3 again.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I said,
It's crazy because the reviewer was Todd. Todd wrote that review.
What were you gonna say, Todd?
No, I feel like I like tune out for some reason. I don't know why. Like all three of those, I was like, I don't know I don't know what anything this is right now. I'm like,
all right, we're gonna do one more, but we'll do a back of the box for Todd because Todd doesn't know how words work. I gotta think here. I gotta think. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to bring up tonight, and I fucking forgot.
What was it?
I was going to say something else. I'll save it for next week. All right. Game number 4. Whoops, I don't want to do that. That almost just played a trailer. That would have been a fucking disaster. Why are you playing YouTube videos? Nobody wants a YouTube video. I just want this picture enlarged, please. And now it's in a different language. Here we go.
Nani?
Living as a man outside the shadow of the blank, blank, along with his blank blank, must venture into the brutal blank wilds as they fight to fulfill a deeply personal quest. Discover an emotionally gripping tale of blank and blank. Journey to a dark, blank world of fearsome creatures. Conquer your foes in vicious close quarters combat. It's back of the box.
Did you say the beginning again? Because I wasn't paying attention.
Living as a man outside the shadow of the blank, blank, along with his blank blank, must venture into the brutal blank wilds as they fight to fulfill a deeply personal quest. Discover an emotionally gripping tale of blank and blank. Journey to a dark elemental world of fearsome creatures. Conquer...
Monster Hunter Rise?
No. Conquer your... Wait, what did you say, Todd?
What was Dom's guess?
Monster Hunter Rise, and it is not that. Conquer your foes in vicious close quarters combat.
God of War.
Mike gets the fucking point, boys.
Nice. Good one, Mike.
Mike's...
Which one? What's God of War?
I mean, it's just called God of War.
When I said God of War, I was like, I get... It's one of
you
two
get two guesses.
I was
you get two guesses there.
Game. I was gonna say For Honor. I was like confused for a second.
Living as a man outside the shadow of the gods, Kratos, along with his son Atreus, must venture into the brutal Norse wilds.
I don't know what the story of Rise is, but I knew that you like had a pal I met, so I just
that makes sense. Well, that will do it for the week. That leaves the scoreboard with Dom at 44, Todd at 34, and Mike said, I'm climbing the ranks at 29. He's creeping up. Plus, he's got that one Tomodachi life. I'm just gonna pick Tomodachi Life 3 times next week, so Mike gets fucking 3 points. All right, let's. I'm curious now. We're gonna do. Actually, no, we can't do this because I said it out loud. Never mind. I can't do it. Never mind. Anyways, thank you all so much for listening to this week's episode 329 of the Pass Control Podcast. You can follow us on social media all over the place at Pass Controller, on Twitch at twitch.tv/PassController, on your favorite podcast platform. Search for Pass the Controller Podcast. Leave us a review. Share it with a friend. You can find me at bgroom. You can find Mike at _Michaelpath, Todd at Toddy_by_nature, and Dom at PTC_one little spark. And until next time.